Coming up on CityView, loose animals. The city cracks down on unsupervised pets. Street dedication, part of 4th Street in downtown Austin, has a new name. And Imagine Austin, why the city is focused on building walkable communities. Thanks for joining us. I'm your host, Leslie Sopko. Those stories and more, but first our top story. The threat of wildfires is very real for many Central Texans who have experienced firsthand the damage that can be done. But in some cases, controlled burns are necessary for fire prevention and the growth of our ecosystems. For the first time since 2010, the Austin Water Utilities Wildland Conservation Division conducted a controlled burn of more than 560 acres in Buda. There were about a dozen firefighters and a certified burn manager on duty during the event. Amazingly, due to the fire, the area is expected to transform from a burned landscape to a green landscape in just a few months.
These are fire-adapted communities of plants and animals. These are things that have evolved evolutionarily with fire. So these fires after this fire, the grass will rapidly resprout. Other things will come in, biodiversity will increase, and in fact, biodiversity from vegetation to animals to insects usually benefits after a fire like this.
Crews patrol the burned area on a regular basis for at least a week after the fire is put out to make sure there are no unexpected flare-ups. New Austin energy rates go into effect with October electric bills. This is the first base rate increase for Austin Energy in 18 years. Excluding sales tax, customers using 250 to 1,000 kilowatt hours of electric usage will see a total bill increase of $3 or less. Those using 1,500 to 2,000 kilowatt hours will see a total increase ranging from $13 to $29. For complete details on the rate increase, visit rates.austinenergy.com. The city's Imagine Austin plan is right on target with planning for more walkable urban communities. That's according to Christopher Lineberger of the Brookings Institute, a national nonprofit public policy organization. Lineberger was the guest speaker for the first presentation in the Imagine Austin Speaker Series. During his remarks, he stressed the importance of investing in a compact and connected Austin and confirmed that communities do benefit economically by building walkable places.
There are census tracts in this country where the average household is paying 35% and 40% of their household income, which means that they are driving to work so they can make money, so they can afford to make their car payment, so they can drive to work. Not a great way to build household wealth. By the way, walkable urban households on average spend 9% of their household income on transportation.
Imagine Austin calls for complete communities where residents can meet their everyday needs close to their homes, schools, and work. You can visit imagineaustin.net to view the entire lecture. And now it's time for our Austin City Council update.
Council authorized an interlocal agreement with the University of Texas to create healthier communities by combating health disparities and chronic diseases that disproportionately affect Latinos and African Americans in Austin and Travis County. The effort will focus on several strategic areas: tobacco-free living, active living and healthy eating, clinical and preventative services, as well as healthy and safe physical environments. By preventing communicable diseases and helping with social, economic, and environmental factors, the program will improve the community's overall health status. Council also approved a contract providing continued social services to Austin's homeless population at the Austin Resource Center for the Homeless. Major program components include operating a day resource center for mental health outreach, counseling, legal aid, employment services, and case management, daytime sleeping facilities, and overnight shelter. The goal of the program is to help people move from homelessness into safe and stable housing. In another item, Council authorized a contract with the Austin Tenants Council to educate the community on fair housing information. This contract will allow for mediation and related services to assist clients in resolving housing code issues with their landlords and investigate complaints of the violations of the Fair Housing Act. In addition, there will be workshops and public forums for tenant and landlord education. Finally, Council authorized the award of cultural arts services contracts. Funding will be allocated to support various cultural arts organizations, programs, and individuals based on a peer review process. This will be the first of a 2-year cycle with funding available from the Cultural Arts Fund and a Texas Commission on the Arts grant. The city's Cultural Arts Division serves to encourage, develop, and facilitate an enriched environment of artistic, creative, and cultural activity in Austin. In all, Council considered 146 items at its September 27th meeting. Its next regular scheduled meeting will be October 11th. For CityView, I'm Taja Beakley.
Part of 4th Street in downtown Austin has a new name. The Austin City Council recently passed a resolution to rename 4th Street from Congress Avenue to Rio Grande in honor of lesbian activist Bettie Naylor, who passed away in April of this year at the age of 84. A public dedication ceremony was held along 4th Street to unveil the new street sign and, more importantly, to remember a woman who passionately fought for equal rights for gays, lesbians, bisexuals, and the transgender community.
Bettie Naylor was a pioneer in advocacy for gay and lesbian rights, for women, for all people that were struggling, and for people that were discriminated against or were still struggling for equal rights. We were so fortunate to have her in our community, and she changed the face of this city. She changed the face of the state and the nation.
Among her many accomplishments, Ms. Naylor organized a coalition of gay bars in the 1980s and represented them at the Texas legislature to make sure they were not punished or fined for their gay affiliation. Finally, do you know it's a crime to let your pet run loose? Every day, Austin's Animal Protection Services responds to dozens of calls ranging from pets on the loose to animal cruelty. Channel 6 took a ride with one animal protection officer to see how loose dogs are handled.
Make me a site call for a loose dog.
4523-10-4.
I don't usually go on loose dog calls. I typically just do the tethering calls. But since we were in the area, we saw this loose dog over here, and we're gonna see, he was wearing a collar, and it looked like there was some tags on there, so we're gonna see if we can catch him and see if we can find an owner for him. He's brown, looked like a boxer mix of some sort, so we're just checking to see. Oh, I think I see him right over there. Yep, there he is. I'm gonna go out there and bring in my catch pole just in case. He doesn't look like he's really aggressive, so I'm gonna see if I can just get him with the regular leash. I don't wanna just walk up on him, because I don't wanna scare him. You wanna try to make yourself look as small as possible. So I'm standing to my side, I'm not gonna look at him directly. Buddy, hey, come here. Come here. Yeah, he seems pretty sweet. Come here. And I'm gonna put this on him. We are going to see if we can get an owner off this tag or scan him for a microchip. You wanna show us, see if you have a microchip? Come here. We'll usually let them sniff it because some dogs get really freaked out by it. And we just rub it down their body and mostly on their back. There, he does have one. I'll call this in. 216. Whoa, he wants to go.
10-4, good.
To watch the full-length off-leash video, visit the website located on your screen. If you see a loose animal or have an ordinance question related to the City of Austin, you can call 311. That's all for this edition of CityView. I'm your host, Leslie Sopko. Our next episode premieres Friday, October 12th. Thanks for watching.